Reinaldo Marcus Green, welcome to the BFI, the British Film Institute. You're one of the directors of the season 1 of Netflix's Top Boy, which has now become the first show from a streamer anywhere in the world to be preserved in a national collection in the BFI National Archive. So how does it feel to be now preserved alongside cinema and TV greats?
It's really touching. The word preservation has such a significant meaning to the cultures that we're representing in this show. Being seen, being heard is one thing. Being etched in stone forever is another. And the level of importance that this show has had on Black British culture, on the world, to be a part of anything that can stand the test of time and have that legacy, it means we did something right. I remember the first time coming to London and walking with Ashley, and he was being mobbed, and I was like, what's going on here? You know, and I knew him as an actor, but I didn't understand how big the show really was.
What it meant for the culture, right?
Yes, and we stood at a pub probably for 30 minutes, and it was just nonstop. Pictures, and I'm the guy in the background holding the camera. Let me hold your pint while you take a photo.
Was that your first introduction to what Black Britain is like, or Black British London?
Yes, I was thrust right into it, for sure.
Now that we're able to kind of, as a society, broaden out these kinds of storytelling, do you feel like it also gives more options to the actors?
I mean, whether it was Michael Ward, who's incredible, he came in and read for a little itty bitty part, and I said, "You're a star.
Oh, really?
Come back tomorrow and read for the lead."
Interesting.
He came in to read for...
Oh my gosh, he's a movie star though,
and
you know?
now he's a movie star. He's gone on to massive things, but he came in to read for probably a 2 or 3 line role.
Dad too, he was strong. He was a real man. When he spoke, everyone listened.
Happy birthday, Mum.
Happy birthday, Mum.
The talent is immense. There's no shortage of talent in the UK. Every single character that came in was raw, and now it's about taking that raw talent and providing more opportunities. When I had seen the Channel 4 series of Top Boy, it truly moved me in a way that I hadn't been moved since The Wire. And I think it's the universality of the stories, the pain, the joy, the beauty, and it didn't necessarily harp on Black pain. And now it's a global show. I think that's what Netflix has done a tremendous job doing, that people that didn't know it in the States are now talking about this little show, which is now huge.
Little English show.
Yeah, you know, Drake and all those, all of the folks that have now come on to the project.
Show meant the world to me. I think we have a lot of success in front of us.
What Netflix did was not say, because we're making a global show, it's not going to become British. It's very British. And I think that's, in part, we wanted to preserve that.
How long you lot been open?
2 years.
Business good, yeah?
Crazy busy. People queue outside on the weekends.
People queuing for coffee.
It's telling these stories that we know happen and don't see on screen very often, if at all. Obviously is a big motivation for why we would want to include Top Boy in the National Collection, because the National Collection is trying to create a record of society, a record of the art form, but very much so trying to tell a story of who were we, who are we now, where are we going?
For sure. I mean, I think it's what drives us as storytellers, is to find that thing that we connect with. It really is remarkable to have this honor, because our community, our stories don't often have that level of preservation. And not only for Black British culture, but for the world to recognize how significant these stories are, can have a long-lasting effect on the generations that follow us.
He takes after you. And he's perfect. Oh, go on.
How do you find a balance between making cinematic, wonderful art and then something that's also intimate and real?
There was a desire for things to feel a bit more cinematic, whether it's more wide shots or opening up what's London as a city, what's that backdrop, where are these spaces that we're going into, whether it was getting on dollies or cranes or tools that you rarely get to use in TV, but Netflix afforded us the time.
With Top Boy ending, how does that kind of land with you?
I have a difficult time with the idea that it's ending. I'm so proud to have been part of something. It just gives us more reason to go create the next version of Top Boy.